Last time, on Whiskey Ridge...
In the underground basement of Crumpest Farm, the feral pigman Jasper Jessup attacked, knocking Stanley unconscious. In a brutal battle to the death, Tanner and Buck defeat Jasper and kick the two halves of his body into a pit. Jenny Jebsen then emerges, glad to be rescued at last. The group decides to clamber back up through the hatch they came down, rather than risk traveling through some unknown tunnels. With some difficulty, the group manages to drag Stanley's still unconscious body up through the hole as well. The group travels back to Whiskey Ridge, where Jenny is finally reunited with her father Jeb Jebsen and her friend Ponyboy. When the sheriff arrives, accompanied by his son Jake, he's happy to have Jenny back, but suspicious of the part Buck and Tanner played, since they ran off after a gunfight at the Silver Dollar the night before. He lets them off with another warning, and they bring the still unconscious Stanley to the town doctor, Octavius Morgan. Dr. Morgan is a fan of the occult and is fascinated to hear about the book they found in the basement. He tells them that the book is titled Metamorphosis and is volume 3 of an unknown number. It is written in strange pictoglyphs and appears to detail occult rituals. He asks them to be on the lookout for more volumes and says he will look after Stanley before ushering them out.
Sorry, I gotta go deal with a spider.
Do do dee do do dee do do dee do do.
Ciao!
Stanley, you awaken from just pure black, dreamless sleep. And you open your eyes, and what you see in front of you is a gigantic eyeball. And then the guy slowly lowers his magnifying glass, and you see that there's just a person looking at you with a magnifying glass. And he goes, awake, are you? And the guy you're talking to looks like this. He's kind of an older, gray-bearded gentleman wearing a long coat. And he seems a little unsteady on his feet, and he has kind of a wild look in his eye. And he says, "Good to have you back."
Who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself. How rude. I am Dr. Octavius Morgan. And who might you be, sir?
I'm Clark. Stanley Clark.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Clark. I'm afraid you've had a rough go of it lately. But I'm glad to see you're up.
Where am I?
Ah, yes. This is my humble abode. And you look around, and this is really like an eccentric and kind of exotic room. Actually, if you want to give a little description of what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like a well-appointed room with a globe, a telescope. It's almost like a study, but also has maybe a riser with a bedroom near some windows. There's bookshelves, maybe a daybed, a table with some containers of some sort, mugs and stuff.
Yeah, and he also has an extensive library.
And maybe a sword collection.
Yeah, he's got swords and pistols and maybe even some like exotic weapons. You don't even know what they are.
He looks like a man who observes the local customs.
He says, "Do you remember anything?"
It's all kind of hazy right now. How did I get here?
Your friends Buck and Tanner brought you in. At least I assume they were your friends.
I'd say acquaintances. Did they say anything when they left? Where they were going?
I believe they just went back into town. We're a short distance from downtown Whiskey Ridge here. I can point you the way when you're feeling healthy and ready to go. Your horse Tulip is outside.
What are you a doctor of?
Oh, a little bit of everything, but I am an artist of the physique. And you feel something kind of tickling you on your stomach.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
And you lift up your shirt, and there's about 6 leeches attached to you.
Oh my God! What are these? Get these things off of me!
Oh yes. Sorry, they probably won't be needed anymore.
Oh,
And
what are you doing?
He plucks them off one at a time. And it seems like he's actually having trouble focusing on them, but eventually he gets them all off.
What were those for?
This is standard Western medicine, don't you know? You have to get out the bad humors. And you, my friend, might have one of the worst humors in you I've ever heard of. Your friends were telling me something happened to you with a book. Do you remember this incident?
Oh, vaguely. I remember opening a book, but I don't remember much after that.
Yes, interesting.
Do you have the book?
No. Buck brought in the book. I did look at it. I was able to piece together a few things. It was a volume 3 of a series. It was titled Metamorphosis.
Have you ever seen that book before?
I've never seen anything like it. It was bound in human skin, don't you know?
Oh, God.
Amazing. Fascinating. It was written in a curious symbolic language I didn't quite recognize, despite my extensive travels. I don't know. If you find any more of those books out there, please bring them here.
Where is the book now?
Oh, but Buck took it with him when he left. I offered to buy it, but he wasn't selling. And he kind of loses focus for a minute and is staring off into the distance.
Did you notice anything else about the book?
He's still kind of in a daze, but his eyes suddenly snap back to you, and he's completely focused. Well, not about the book, but I'll tell you. Some strange things have been happening in this town lately. I'm starting to wonder if Whiskey Ridge is some sort of gooseberry pie in the Thanksgiving dinner of reality.
I don't really know what that means, but what kind of things?
I don't know. I have theories, but I need to work on it. But if you hear of anything strange, anything at all happening in Whiskey Ridge, please let me know. It could be a matter of life and death, especially for you.
For me?
Yes. Frankly, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. You did get a nasty knock on the noggin, but you were unconscious for far too long. It's almost as though your body was recalibrating. If we are able to find some other exotic materials, another book perhaps they could shed some light on this. Let me ask you another question. Was anyone there with you when you opened this book?
I remember being at this building that was burned, and there was some strange pigmen that were roaming around. I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing things.
Well, that is strange. You're sure this isn't some kind of dream?
I don't know, but I just remember there being pigmen and a prisoner, some young girl.
Pigmen? Like Oinky Oinky?
Yeah, like that. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
Not an actual pigman. I would love a chance to perform an autopsy on such a thing.
Well,
I'd do it right here on this table.
this is escalating quickly.
Oh, excuse me. And he takes a few steps over to his table, and he's doing something over there, but his back is to you. But you think maybe that he is drinking something, and then he turns back to you.
My friend, you appear to have a clean bill of health at the moment. I'm afraid I don't have a good theory of what exactly happened to you to knock you out for so long. But I want you to keep a constant monitor on your health and come back and see me if anything seems out of the ordinary in any way.
All right, I will do, and I'm mighty appreciative of you taking care of me.
And he holds out his hand.
How much do I owe you?
2 gold.
Oh, no. It looks like I forgot my wallet. Butch and Tanner must have it. I'm going to have to come back and pay you.
I'll tell you what. This time, this service is free, but you have to promise me that you'll come tell me if you encounter anything strange. You keep an eye out for anything strange in town.
I sure will do.
This is a good place to bring this up, I guess. You have tonics that you sell. I'm going to say that for tonight only, if you manage to sell a tonic for 5 gold, I will give you a reroll. And that can be to the NPCs or to Tanner or Buck.
Okay.
So if you want to try it with him, you can, but otherwise he's just letting you go now.
Say, do you ever have trouble concentrating?
More than you know. I don't get enough sleep, you know.
Staying awake?
Yes. Constantly.
You don't get enough sleep?
No, I mean, partly it's my own fault for running myself a little ragged, but, no, I would say I don't get enough sleep.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've got a concoction that will change your life. It'll put you right out at night. It'll make you wake up and feel like a new man. It's just 5 gold, and I can give you this tonic. It'll last for several months.
In your character sheet, you have several skills that could be used to do this. They would be basically anything in the personality tree, which is on the right-hand side.
Probably convince, right?
Yeah, convince is pretty good.
So should I roll that?
Yep.
Okay. So my score in convince is a 75.
Yes.
65 on a 75 success.
You hand him the tonic, and he is like,
I can't believe I'm paying you after I just gave you these services, but here you go. Should I drink it now, or?
Wait right before you go to sleep tonight, and you're going to feel like a new man in the morning.
Oh, well, I thank you very much. If this works as you say, I'll be happy to become a customer.
Well, it's a pleasure doing business with you.
You take care, and remember, anything strange, you let me know, especially if you find another one of those human books.
Will do.
all right, so you head outside. He gives you directions to downtown. It's not too far. You find Tulip outside, and you go into town. Now, this is actually going to be the first night that you spend there, because last night you were out in the fields with the burning buildings. I think what makes the most sense is for you to check into the hotel.
Do they have a continental breakfast?
They do now. This is the hotel bar. That's kind of like the bottom level of the hotel. I'm going to bring you in. Okay, so you walk through the door of the hotel bar. Can you describe this?
So it's a dark saloon with multiple tables, some playing cards on the tables. Off to the side, there's a piano, an upright piano. In the center, along the upper wall, there's a U-shaped bar, multiple stools, and in the corner, there looks to be barrels and maybe some supplies.
Okay, and you see that there are 2 customers, 2 women who look like they work here, and a piano player, and then the bartender. Now, you actually recognize, you might not know their names or anything, but you saw Tom Nighthawk at the Silver Dollar Saloon, and you saw the piano player Cactus Hackett, who works in both places. You've never seen these other 4 people.
Okay.
So the guy who's bartending says, top of the morning to you. That was a terrible accent. Oh, God.
Hey, top of the morning to you.
Hey there, barkeep. How's about a red eye?
Well, sure. Come on in. Have a seat.
John, can you describe Wyatt?
Yeah, he's a portly fellow. He's got a sort of a full beard, mutton chop situation going on, and he's bald on top, and looks to be middle-aged. Plaid button-down shirt and suspenders. He looks like a rough and tumble kind of guy. He looks like a young Martin Van Buren if he was a little bit, he hit the gym a little bit.
What brings you to town?
Oh, just, my family's originally from here, so coming back to take care of a few things.
Oh, I thought you'd be here for the festival.
Oh, what festival is that?
The rootin', tootin', swashbootin', jam bootin'.
What kind of thing goes on at this rootin', tootin', what have you?
There's all levels of fun. There's games for the kids. There's stands for food, wine, and women and song. Then, as the night progresses, it gets a little bit more adult, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Very,
So when is this festival?
very adult.
Sir,
The festival should be in just a few days. Do you intend to stay a while?
well, that's why I'm here. Who do I see about a room?
That would be me as well. My name's Wyatt Woodley.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Woodley. My name is Stanley Clark.
That'll be one gold piece, Mr. Clark. Just a bit of a warning as well. There's another bar in town, Silver Dollar Saloon. Don't go in there.
Oh, that sounds fine.
No, it's not fine. That place is filthy, filled with rats, people puking in the corners, bar fights, gun fights. You trust me, you just don't want to go in there. You see anybody else you know, you give them that advice too.
All right. Well, thanks for the warning.
Well, all right. Let's get you set up in that room.
Meanwhile, across town,
Tanner and Buck, after you guys left the doctor's office, what do you do?
I need a map.
I also need a map, and I need to know what time of day it is or night.
For you guys, it's basically 10 o'clock in the morning.
And we left Stanley at the doctor's office, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Has Tanner sobered up?
He is. He's good to go now.
All right, got himself a cold bath in the horse trough. Bath.
Cup of stiff coffee, and he's good to go. 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so here you are back in the town. You probably came down from the north, so you're like coming into town from over here.
All right. Hey, Buck, what do you reckon we ought to do up right now?
Well, I'm trying to remember if I took any damage. If so, I'd like to get healed up.
Yeah.
Seems like you could do that at a doctor.
Shoot, we left the doctor's office.
Let me check in on Sarah in the bar and
All right.
make sure the place hasn't gone to shit.
You mind if I tag along?
No, I'm sure Rose would love to see you.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if she can give you any vitality back, though.
Oh, she might take some vitality.
So when you come in, Sarah asks you to fix the chandelier because she's trying to make the place all nice for the festival.
Oh, yeah.
She's trying to spruce it up.
When is the Rootin' Tootin' Swashbuckling Festival?
It's in a few indeterminate days, but it's but it's closing in.
Good.
It's getting close, Tanner. I've been meaning to fix this chandelier for months.
Yeah, I hope that wheat you got doesn't go bad so that you can make those drop biscuits. I'm looking forward to that.
They are good biscuits.
Don't want to get those mealworms up in there. Know what I mean?
Yes, sir. All right, I'm going to fix the chandelier.
Give me a repair roll for that.
Oh, I'm literally fixing the chandelier?
You're going to break this fucker.
I'm going to crit fail. Let me get out my tools here, roll a little repair. Rolling on a 54. And he got him an 85, and he definitely failed to fix that chandelier.
Is there any way Tanner can do a backup? His repair is real shitty, but is there any way he can help out?
I guess that's a question for Buck.
Hey Tanner, you got a hammer or bastard file?
I got a bastard file. It's in rough shape. Let me see if it works. Tanner has a 14. This is gonna be real.
A 14?
Yeah, remember this is that
Yeah.
This is that one.
Buck takes one look at Tanner fooling around in his satchel. He said, Tanner, on second thought, I think this thing is fine the way it is.
All right.
Now go ahead. Yeah, see if you got that. See if you got that file.
All right.
I'm curious.
Oh,
That was
just
pretty
barely,
close.
just barely missed it. Dang. Now well.
So you failed with a 20.
Yeah.
So the chandelier was kind of crooked, and after Buck tries to fix it, it's like he overcompensated, and now it's like crooked in the other direction. And then Tanner tried to fix it, and the whole thing kind of descended like 6 inches. So now it's like too low and crooked.
That could be a problem.
I think Tall Pine might bump his head on that thing if he comes up in here, because he's tall, right?
Yeah, he's very tall. Sarah, I'm sorry. I didn't fix that chandelier. It's been a long night, and I'll try again tomorrow.
She just frowns and shakes her head and walks into the back. Tanner, did you want to have a roll in the hay?
With you?
Yes. Or with Wild Rose.
I mean, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, why not?
All right, roll acrobatics.
Oh, shit. I failed this one last time. All right, Tanner's got a 42. He's off his game quite a bit on account of, coming out west and meeting all these crazy folk. But, he got some success this time. 13 out of 42.
It is going to cost you 1 gold, though.
Yeah, that's fine. I will subtract 1 gold.
Buck, you have gained 50 gold.
50
No,
gold.
that's too much. You gained 20 gold.
50 gold.
20 from from weekly business.
How much of that does he have to reinvest back in the silver dollar?
Let me tell you a little something about business, Tanner.
Go on.
I don't know anything about business. Sarah runs this place.
Yeah, all right. I'll go ask her.
I'm just a bartender.
I'll go ask her how finance works.
She gives me an allowance. I'm sure it's fine.
All right.
What is Stanley doing? Just so you guys know, he is out of the doctor's office.
Oh, is he out walking around?
He's awake.
Yes.
I'm at the hotel.
Oh, you were right across the street.
So, yeah, let's say you guys are sitting on the porch here, and you actually see Stanley come out of the bar that's on the bottom floor of the hotel across the street. And he sees you as well.
Hey, Stanley.
Stanley, you all right?
Oh, I didn't know if I was going to see you guys again. What happened?
We were just coming to get you, but here you are.
Thanks for bringing me to that crazy doctor.
He's a little out there.
Yeah, it got a little spicy over there, but looks like they got you all patched up.
I can't remember everything. What exactly happened?
What exactly do you remember?
I remember being in that burned out building with the pigmen and
You mean the men who had the pigman masks, right?
yeah.
What
And,
else?
There was a book with
That clasp.
what looked like human skin,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember anything after that.
Oh, you don't remember anything after that? You don't remember that?
Maybe that's for the best.
Ooh wee boy, that
What happened?
the buckle. So Stanley, you remember that book when we saw that in the anarchy torture chamber room?
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember when that clasp came off and turned into a spider and burrowed itself into your hand?
Feels like a dream.
That was not a dream, my friend. That actually happened. I saw that. We got Jenny Jebsen out of there, and then that's when shit got real.
What happened?
Well,
Let's, Buck starts having like a coughing fit. Oh my God, Tanner!
Yep.
I need a drink of water.
Yeah, let's get you some water. I think I was speaking out of turn here.
Can we whisper for a second?
Yeah, we can whisper.
Buck and Tanner have a discussion until...
Hey, Stanley.
Oh, hey, Stanley.
Sorry about that. Had a tickle in my throat.
They're just whispering in front of you for like 10 minutes while you're standing there watching.
Fellas?
Oh, hey,
Hey.
sorry about that.
We was just trying to figure out how to break this to you, but yeah, you got cleaned right out by one of those pigmen, and you took.
Whoa. What does that mean?
It means in the tunnel was one of those fools that was up on the surface, but he was down in the tunnel with us, and he run up and knock you out.
You went down pretty quick and pretty hard.
So you just left me there hemorrhaging?
No, we at the doctor, yeah, but we're not surgeons.
So we had to take care of the pig man first. He was fixing to kill you.
Oh, right. Well, mighty thankful for you to bring me to that doctor.
You got any conditions that we may need to know about to report back to the doctor? Maybe, headaches, vertigo, sepsis, hallucinations?
Well, my forehead is bumping.
You got a bulbous forehead?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
you actually have 2 big lumps on your head. One from getting knocked out and one from something else that happened.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a headache.
Yeah, that makes sense. We get you some headache powders.
What's that second bump from?
It's from when you guys tried to pull him up the ramp and you failed.
Oh. Yeah, Stanley, we tried to gingerly get you out of the hole, but it wasn't very ginger like. So that smaller bump, that's from us.
Maybe it's better I just don't know.
The bigger bump was from us. The smaller bump was from that pig man.
What did the doctor tell you?
He told me that you guys dropped me off and that you showed him the book, but took it with you. Well, he didn't go into much detail, but he said there's some strange things happening around town.
You guys see Pony Boy coming down the street. And he says, Oh, hey.
Hey, Bart.
Hey, Bart.
Oh, hey, I got telegrams for Mr. Tanaco
Yes,
and
yes.
for Mr. Stanley Clark. You guys know a Stanley Clark?
That's me.
Oh, you're Stanley Clark. Yeah, I got one here for you too.
Thank you, Pony Boy. Oh boy.
Reminds me of a poem. Long, long have I waited.
Thank you, Bart. Hey, how's things with Jenny?
Oh, Chad, thank you guys so much for bringing Jenny back. It's the greatest day of my life. Listen, don't let anybody know this, but I might propose to her.
Ooh, really?
Congratulations, Pony Boy.
You look at your telegrams. The one for Tanner says, "Send progress report -H," and then Stanley's says, "I know where you are. I want my money." And Bart says, "Do you guys want to respond to those? I can send a message out."
No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to respond.
Yeah, I'll catch you later on this evening, Pony Boy.
All right.
Hey, good luck with the proposal, Bart.
Don't forget to get down on one knee now.
Thanks, Mr. McCabe. Thanks, Tanaco.
All right.
He wanders off.
You boys sure get a lot of mail. I've been here for 16 years. I've never gotten a lick of mail.
Well, how many people you know from outside of town, Buck?
Well, none.
Oh, hey, Buck, I forgot.
Yeah.
I got a message for you, too.
What you got?
And he gives you a telegram that says that your order of grain is 2 bushels short, and it's asking what you want to do.
2 bushels short. I better roll a business. All right, hold on there, Pony Boy. Let me see here. I'm going to roll on a 25. Nope. It'll be all right. That's an 87 for a fail. I think we can make do with just the 2 bushels short.
Okay. Just to update you, this is the 3rd roll that you failed in preparation for the festival.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Sarah takes care of most of the business. I just kind of tend bar, and I'm like the front man. She's back of the house.
Another person comes down the street.
Singing Money.
Fucking hell. I don't have time for this.
Who's that man?
That's Roy Dawson.
Hey, Mr. Dawson.
Hey, Buck.
How you doing, buddy?
Tanner Cole.
Hey there, Mr. Dawson. How are you? I've been meaning to get up to talk to you, but it's been an interesting week.
I believe you owe me an answer. A question.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Dawson. I'd prefer to talk to you in private about that, if that's okay, just given all the goings on around here.
Oh, yeah, I got plenty of time. You want to step over here?
All right. Yeah, I'll step on over there and talk to you.
Be cool, man.
Who's this gentleman here? The fine, dapper young man.
Hi, my name is Stanley Clark. Pleased to meet you.
Stanley Clark, that's a great name. You looking for some work, Mr. Clark?
No, I believe I'm just fine, but thank you.
Well, we always got business down at Dawson's Creek.
What sort of work?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Tanner Cole can tell you all about it when he joins up with us.
I gotta be honest with you, Mr. Dawson. I don't know that we really ever discussed terms other than payment of 20 gold per week. Or was it 25?
Oh,
Shoot. I lost track. It was 25.
I like the way you think, Mr. Tanaco. You fit right in my organization.
Oh, shoot.
Let me ask you something there, Mr. Dawson.
Well, yes?
You said you like the way he. You said you like the way he thinks. I just so happen to have invented this tonic that, well, it gives you some really great cognitive abilities. Allows you to probably think like this gentleman over here.
You don't say.
Yeah, just 5 gold will give you a month's supply. You're going to have more stamina, more clarity, and better cognition than you've ever had. How about a bottle?
He kind of looks around. He thinks about it for a second. And give me a roll.
Okay, maybe I'll roll a convince. Score 75. That's a 9 on a 75 as a success.
Hell, I could always use some better thinking on my side. So yeah, here you go. 5 gold. Should I drink it now?
No, you should wait right before bedtime. You're going to wake up feeling like a new man tomorrow.
Right before bed. All right. Tanner Cole, what's my answer?
Well, now, Mr. Dawson, I think we should have this a private conversation between just you and me. As much as I, respect.
Oh, I got all the time in the world. Let's step right over here.
All right, let's step into that office of yours. Jesus.
All right. What's it gonna take to get you on my side, Tanner Cole?
Look now, Mr. Dawson, I really got to understand what kind of tasks you're going to be having me do. Again, I already made a commitment, working for Boone there, but I'm not married to him. Not married to anybody.
I am going to whisper to you for this, I
Okay.
think. He basically says that he's willing to pay you for whatever you're willing to do. So he's like, if you want to come just work as a cowhand, that's fine,
Okay.
Uh,
but he's going to pay you.
Cow hand wages. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, the more you want to do, the more opportunity, the more pay you're going to get. So the question, so he kind of brings it back to you. He's like, how much do you want to make?
I'll tell you what, Mr. Dawson. I'll come work for you. We'll see just how clean these hands can be kept.
Tell you what, Mr. Tanner Cole, I will set you up 20 gold a week. You just got to do one little thing for me.
Go on.
Just leave Jackson Boone a little parting gift
And what's that?
and set fire to his stable when you leave.
Ooh, wee. I didn't be thinking I'd be making enemies so quickly in this town.
Well, I got all the support you need. I got the pay for you. I got the fellows that can back you up. You won't be worrying for nothing.
You seen that man Char up there? I get caught in him, and I'm not gonna get out of there.
Well, I ain't gonna pay you just to stand around.
That makes sense. All right. How about this? What I don't want to do is leave Jackson Boone's farm, come work for you, and all of a sudden Jackson Boone's farm's all burned down, right? Maybe we put that burning on pause for a minute so that I can get up on out of there, come work for you. Then we can pay him a visit in a week or so and set the place ablaze.
All right. Now, first thing you do, you get on up to Jackson Boone farm, and you tell him to his face that you're leaving him for me.
Sounds like you got a real big grudge with him, Mr. Dawson.
Only 'cause he done me wrong. You don't know the dirty side of that man.
Did he do you dirty?
He's done everyone in this town dirty.
Is that right?
You'll see. You'll see.
Hey, Mr. Dawson, while I got you here, you heard about these pigmen?
Pigman.
Yeah, pigmen.
Everybody's heard the rumors of the
You
Pigman
ever-
around Whiskey Ridge.
You ever see one of those pigmen?
I never seen one in my life. All I seen is the Green Man.
The Green Man? What is that?
Late at night, up on the ridge, you see this glowing green light, and sometimes it's an animal, but sometimes it's a man. You'll see it. You hang around long enough.
That's what they were saying that same thing up to Jackson Boone's farm.
Yeah, 'cause they're around Whiskey Ridge. You'll see.
And you don't know what either of these green men or pig men are all about, or green folk or green creatures.
I steer clear myself.
Can I roll something on this?
If you're smart, you'll steer clear too.
All right.
Yes, you can roll.
All right, I'm going to roll a psychology on a 70. Crit success. 66. What does Mr. Dawson know that he's willing to share with Tanner on such a successful roll?
Yeah, he is being entirely honest.
He is.
He has seen something.
Okay.
He hasn't gone to investigate.
Okay.
He seems honestly kind of scared of it.
Ooh, good to know. All right. So Tanner at this point in time, he's going to go work for he's going to abandon Jackson Boone. He's going to go up to Dawson's Creek and go work up there.
Okay.
God, this seems like a terrible idea.
Hey, all right over there, Tanner.
Yeah, Buck.
Roy Dawson walks off into the distance
See you, Roy.
in like a direction that there's nothing in that direction.
He's just wandering off into the distance. Cool. All right. Tanner makes his way back over to Buck and Stanley, and he's like, well, boys, looks like I just got some new gainful employment over there up at Dawson's Creek. I was going to try and, go against both of those two families against each other, but I think I'm probably more better off just to, cut ties with Jackson Boone and start talking to Mr. Dawson. Hey, Buck, what do you think about Jackson Boone? You said a couple of things here and there that make me think that you don't like him too much.
Him and Dawson, they're both confrontational. I'm not a big fan of confrontation.
I wouldn't know by the way you handled those rifles and sidearms and such.
I just try to stay on everybody's good side.
All right.
I wouldn't tell them any sensitive information, either one of them.
Yeah, as the owner of the saloon, you do want to stay on everybody's good side. I get that.
Yeah, I get a lot of info around town.
Yeah. Hey, Stanley, where's your land at, Stanley? You mentioned, before all the incidents that you've got an inheritance or something like that?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I all I have is this map to go off of, so I'm trying to find out the exact location.
Yeah, you got yourself a map?
Yeah, I got a map, and
Let's have a little looky-loo.
trying to locate where this is, because that's where some of the land is. There's a couple of parcels, but that's one of them.
It wasn't back to Crumpus Farm, was it? You might need a new property after that.
That was his house. You guys burned it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, here's the map.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
This is a map of it's a set of canyons where the rock formations are kind of all jumbled around, and it seems to form almost like a maze, all natural formations. But Buck would recognize this as being like an area that's probably like an hour to the north. It's an area that people don't go through when they're crossing from one area to the other because it's real easy to get lost in the canyons. You know roughly where this is, but like the specific place you don't know.
This is very interesting. This is a seldom traveled to land. It's we call it the canyons.
Well, this is all I got to go off of from my grandfather, and I sure would like to find it.
You said your granddaddy left you the land?
Yeah, my great-grandfather started the bank in this here town.
Really? What's his name?
Alfred Clark.
Alfred Clark. That doesn't ring a bell. And he owned the land?
He did own the land. He was one of the founders of the bank here in town.
How much land he own?
But he owned that parcel up in the caverns?
Yeah, he owned that parcel up there.
Did your granddad and your dad grow up here?
No, my grandfather lived here for a time, and then he moved away, looking for some work. So
What was his name?
his name?
Come on, John, come up with something quick.
I don't know if you would know him. His name was
What was your daddy's name?
Kent. Kent Clark.
Kent Clark. Wow, that's really good. That kind of goes in both directions now, don't it?
Yeah, it's a two first name situation.
He sounds like a man super.
And this is your first time coming back here? Or coming here?
I may have been here as a kid once or twice, but yeah, this is really my first time coming back here as an adult.
Huh. So how'd you hear about getting this land inherited?
Well, my dad gave this to me on his deathbed and told me to go out and find the land and come back home to Whiskey Ridge.
And what was your dad's name?
Kent Clark.
Oh, he was Kent also.
No, he was Kent. Oh, my dad. Oh. He was Kent Jr. Sorry.
Kent.
KJ.
So Alfred Kent Stanley. That's the lineage.
That's correct. You ever heard of
Right.
Kent Clark?
Well, funny enough, I've never heard of him. Mm-hmm. It's weird, right?
Well, he's a bit of a loner.
Stanley. How much of that elixir you got left?
You talk about that aphrodisiac?
Yeah, that aphrodisiac. I might like a little taste of that.
I got a whole bottle. I'll go get that for you, and I'll be right back. It's just 5 gold per bottle.
Now, Stanley. We brought you back from the brink, my friend. That's got to at least account for something. Am I right?
I reckon I can give you 2 gold off that bottle.
Let's roll. How would we do? Like, I want to barter him down. Negotiation, gambling.
That'll do it.
Let's gamble on this thing.
What do you say there, Matthew?
If you're okay with it, I am.
What's the gamble?
The gamble is going to be I'll give you that 5 gold if I lose, but if I win, I get that aphrodisiac for free.
You're on.
But if I lose, I still get that. I'll give you that 5 gold, but I still get the aphrodisiac.
All right.
All right.
You're on.
Handshake, Stanley.
Let's set the ground rules here. We're gonna do Price is Right rules. So the highest score without going over your score wins.
Yep.
Now, what do you guys have for gambling?
I got a 65.
Ooh, I also got a 65.
This should be pretty interesting.
Toe to toe.
So whoever has a high score without going over.
Yep.
What if we both go over?
Yep.
Is that a reroll situation?
Then Buck gets the bottle.
Buck gets the bottle and the gold. You ready, Stanley?
Are we going to roll at the same time, or are you going to roll first?
On the count of 3, but that's going to depend on the connection between the two of us to see who rolls first in reality.
All right. 1, 2, 2.5.
2 3/4.
Buck's just shaking his head.
2 7/8.
Oh, that's too far. All right, 3.
Oh.
Oh, no. I lost my 5 gold. Well played, Stanley.
But you gained.
But you got an eternal boner.
Hell yeah.
Matt, can you show us that that label that I made, and maybe Tanner can describe it.
Also, just for the audience, Tanner rolled a 9. Stanley rolled a 45. On a 65, we both had.
Sean, have you seen this?
Yes. Do I really have to
It is
describe this
again.
thing?
Yes.
Vegemite.
God damn. Yeah, I would say, like, this looks just like a small jar of Vegemite, which under normal circumstances is disgusting already.
Shout out to our Aussie patrons.
And actually, if you look on the side, it looks like there's a French flag on there.
Legerdemain.
So the aphrodisiac is a small, like probably 4-ounce jar, glass jar with a metal lid, red label with a round yellow logo in the middle with a small dwarf? The word aphrodisiac is written directly above his head. It's a side profile view vis-a-vis Alfred Hitchcock. And the only similarity here is the word cock, because there's a big giant cock coming off this guy. And that is aphrodisiac.
He's a mile of cock and no balls.
You sure you want to take that?
I mean, shoot, if I last longer than 4 hours, I'm probably going to have to call a doctor.
I know a doctor.
I might just call Ruby.
He might put some leeches on it.
Ooh, geez, I don't...
All right, if you guys are done with your bartering and your street side gambling, you want to head back to the Silver Dollar and do some real gambling with some poker?
Oh, hell yeah.
I was warned about going into that place.
What?
You were already in there.
Because somebody tried to burn it down last time you were there?
I was told by Wyatt over at the hotel to avoid Silver Dollar, just so you know.
All right. Let me tell you a little something about Wyatt. He looks like Martin Van Buren's imbecile little brother. I'm not big on confrontation, but Wyatt, he's not my kind of guy.
Go on.
He thinks he's a big shot around here. He's a newcomer. And he opened up that fancy pantsy hotel, tried to take my business away.
You might call him a carpetbagger.
I might call him a carpetbagger, but you got to take everything he says with a grain of salt.
Well, just so you know, he basically said that place has 0 Yelps, and
well, I don't even know what that means, but that gets my blood hot.
yeah, he told me to tell anybody that would listen not to go over there. So just so you know.
All right, all right. Listen here.
You didn't hear this from me.
I would very much appreciate if you did not tell everybody you see that message.
Hey, I had a great time the other night entertaining the crowd over there, and I have every intention of being back.
And we had a great time having you, up until they tried to burn it down.
We going inside and doing some gambling. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm very soon going to come into some money.
Well, I'd be interested to see if he actually pays you.
Oh, is he?
There's a big difference between Jackson Boone and Roy Dawson.
Yeah, go on.
Jackson Boone tends to play by the rules. Roy Dawson is a little loose with the rules.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure you don't put all your eggs in that Dawson basket.
Mm-hmm. Now that you're saying that, Buck, I might be thinking back to working both angles, and maybe I can do that double play.
It might not be a bad idea. They used to be best friends.
Was that right?
Yeah, they had a big falling out.
What happened? What caused the rift?
Oh, I don't know. It's all lore around here, but I'm sure it has something to do with some inbred family shit. Yeah. So just be careful, especially with Roy Dawson.
Yeah, he comes off as awful strange, but something tells me he got a bit of a mean streak in him and could get violent real quick.
He's mean, but it's all right up there on the surface.
Mm-hmm. So he doesn't hide it below. He's on the surface mean, so you know what you're getting.
Yeah, Jackson is he's a little more calculated.
Yeah,
he's a smart man.
Oh, I
it'd be tough to pull one over on him.
Well, I think I might be going back to plan A, which was continue to work on that Boone's farm, but make the play for the Dawsons so that we can get both sides of the picture.
Okay. And don't forget, we still need to find Taylor Abernathy.
I think what you mean is the Taylor Abner Benny. We have the gosh darn hardest time with that.
That's what I said, Taylor Abernathy.
Yep, still didn't get it there. Close though. It's
Yeah, I know. It's just a joke we have.
it's just something we say sometimes.
I think. I don't know. Sometimes I get confused. Been a long night.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the middle of the day.
Yeah, last night was a long night, and this has been a trying morning.
Shoot.
All right. Yeah, at this point, it's like late afternoon, but you're heading into the Silver Dollar, and it's a little bit busier for this time of day.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Buck.
How's it going?
I do great, Chandelier.
Oh, hey Sarah. How you doing today?
Good, Dan.
Good.
How you doing? You want a drink?
Think you might be able to get me one of those beers?
Hey, yeah, here you go.
Thank you.
And she does one of those like Tom Cruise cocktail moves where she like flips it behind her back and catches it with her other hand and sets it on the table.
When it was full of beer.
Yeah. And then she opens it and it just sprays you.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Tanner wipes his face
I've been
off.
practicing.
You keep up the good work. Tanner looks over and he notices Chaw Newman sitting over at the table, and he's like, "Hey, Buck, if you needed someone real tall and real strong to fix that chandelier, I bet Chaw Newman would set that right up.
Oh, that's a good idea.
He's big and strong."
Buck, I'm sure you are aware of this person, but you don't really know him that well.
Say, Chaw, what brings you in today?
I wanted a drink.
Well, you came to the right place.
I don't have one, though.
Well, I'm gonna go get you a beer.
Chaw,
and-
you want my beer, Chaw? You can have my beer. I ain't even take a sip of it yet.
That's very nice, Tanner.
Sure thing,
And
buddy.
he grabs it, and it looks like one of those tiny Cokes in his hand. There's just like this tiny little beer and this big meaty mitt, and he basically is just like, go, and it's gone.
Wowee. Dang, you want one more, Chaw?
I want 20.
You got any silver or gold for those beers? I'm not sure I got that kind of money. I ain't got paid from Jackson other than that one time.
I thought you made more than me.
No, Chaw, that's not true. I don't make more than you're the head hand up on the farm. I don't make more than you, Chaw.
You try to fool Chaw.
No, Chaw, that's not true. That's not true. Why would I do? I just gave you a beer, Chaw.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you what. I'll buy you one more, and then you have to buy your next one after that. That sound all right?
You buy 10.
I
buy you 20.
I buy you 10. You buy me 20.
Yeah, but then I drink them.
Oh, Chaw, I don't know about that. Then I don't get any beers.
Let me interrupt this meeting of the minds. Chaw,
It's a little tough to talk to Chaw.
I'll get you a pitcher of beer if you can fix the chandelier up there. You think you could do that?
That seems like a mighty fine deal, Buck.
Just got to straighten it out and raise it a little bit. Basically, just to the level where you're not going to bang your head on it.
That's for your safety, Chaw. We don't want your hair to catch on fire. That is glorious.
When I came in, I smashed my face into it.
Yeah, that's because it's hanging quite low.
It's still rocking back and forth.
You think you could fix it for a pitcher of beer?
For a barrel of beer?
A pitcher of beer.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Sarah, pitcher of beer, please.
Stomps over to it. He's gonna have a 40 to fix this.
A 40?
Uh-oh.
He's got big ass hands.
That is true.
Oh, Chaw.
Rolls a 72.
Chaw's
So he picks it up and he tries to fix it, but then he lets it go and it smacks him in the head again.
Oh, Chaw, you okay, buddy? You all right?
Why Chandelier so stupid?
That's a good question, Chaw. We don't know why that chandelier is so stupid.
Someone should fix that.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, somebody should.
Yeah, we tried hard.
All right, we'll get Tall Pine to fix it. Here's your pitcher of beer.
Well, before Tanner sits down, he walks upstairs, goes to just have a little chit chat with Rose McGill for a little bit.
And she's actually talking to somebody else when you come up there.
Goddamn leprechaun.
He
He's like, oh, top of the morning to me. Damn it, I lost it again. I get it.
he throws the leprechaun.
No, this is a little awkward. She is talking with a potential client.
Then he gets to the top of the stairs and sees this and walks back downstairs and sits next to Ruby Keene for a second.
Stanley Clark, instead of going to sit down with the boys, he goes over to this table and says, you guys want to see a card trick?
Oh, God.
You're sitting down with Josiah Sarkisian, who is the banker. This guy.
As indicated by the gold block.
All right.
And you're sitting with Whisper Caldwell, who is the Undertaker. And I don't believe anyone has described this guy. Jay, you want to take this one?
Yep. He he definitely has an Undertaker vibe. Almost like a black suited Pope. Not that his skin is black, but like if the Pope was wearing a black outfit instead of a white one.
What in the hell?
He's got a black top hat. He's got a cape. Very long and slender fingers.
Patrick Stewart with a top hat.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But skinnier. Does he have a cane as well? Is that what they're a walking stick or a cane?
Yeah.
Does he have one glove on and
He's got
one open hand?
Long skinny fingers.
He does have one glove on.
He's like Michael Jackson of Undertakers.
So when you sit down, Whisper says, "Hello, Stanley. I've heard about you.
And what might your name be?
I'm Whisper Caldwell. I'm the Undertaker in this town.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Caldwell.
I hope you never need my business.
Yeah, me too.
You have a card trick to show us?
Yeah. Is legerdemain what I should roll there, Matthew?
Sure.
All right, so I got a 70 here. Legerdemain.
Oh.
Rolled a crit success with an 11.
You have rolled a lot of critical successes on Legerdemain. It is very impressive.
Yeah, so what happens?
So he asked them to pick a card, and he shuffles through the deck and fans it out, and Whisper picks a card.
I like this one.
He shuffles the deck back up and flips the card over and says, "Is this your card?" And Whisper says,
No.
And then he he says, "What's in your mouth there, Josiah?" And Josiah reaches in his mouth and pulls out a card and unfolds it, wipes the saliva all off of it. And I said, "Is that your card, Whisper?"
Oh my God, that's my card. This is unbelievable.
And Josiah's like,
What? How'd you do that, bro?
It's secret magic.
Whoa. Whoa. Hey, we're gonna do some gambling. You want to play some poker, man?
No, I got to go back over here, but just wanted to share my love of card tricks with you gentlemen.
All right, that was fantastic.
Enjoy your beverages, fellas.
You see Tanner talks to Buck and is like, "Hey, like, look, man." He's like, I know it's been a long day. If you got to go do some work or like talk to Sarah or something, that's okay. We can play poker another day."
That might be a good idea.
All right.
I probably need to check on them 2 satchels of grain that was short on the order.
We got that. You got that rootin' tootin' swashbuckling festival coming into town in a couple of days. So I think you probably got some work. I'm not so sure that poker is in our best interest. Although I had a lot of fun last time.
Well, just make sure you ain't working on one of them farms. Come the jamboree.
I won't be working too hard up there. Where's that take place?
Oh, it's all over town, yeah, but mostly in here. Not at the fucking hotel.
Yeah, fuck that place. Fuck Wyatt.
Yeah. All right, let me go take care of some business out back.
All right, we'll check you in a little bit, Buck.
I'm gonna go back to the hotel as well.
Oh shit! All right.
Okay, Stanley. It is now nighttime. You were in the bar for a while. You had some drinks. And as you are headed back to the hotel from the Silver Dollar, you look up on the ridge and you see this weird, you almost think it's like the Aurora Borealis at first, because it's just like this color kind of streaming over the side of the ridge. And when you look closer, you see that it appears to be coming from like a source, and it really looks like to you is that there's like a deer, but the deer is not like a silhouette in front of a green light. It's like it's emitting a green light. So you're seeing like this emissive green deer on the horizon. It's just far enough away that you aren't really sure that that's what you're seeing, but that's what it looks like to you. And you're like looking around in the street. There's nobody out there to like talk to. And you even think about like going back into the bar and being like, hey, can somebody come out here and look at this? But by the time you think of doing that, it's gone.
It's bizarre.
And you head to your hotel.
All right.
All right. Tanner, I don't understand what you're doing.
So is Bucko is back to kind of go help Sarah get ready for the rootin' tootin', and Stanley leaves. Tanner just continues to sit next to Ruby, and he leans over and he's like, hey, listen. And he's like, I think you're probably, into this. I'm not sure if Wild Rose is, but I'd like to see if there's an opportunity for the 3 of us to spend a little bit of time together later on. What you think about that?
Ooh, Tanner, cool. You's a wild one.
Yeah. Well, I might be quiet on the outside, but there's some rumblings on the inside. God damn it. I tried hard. Let me try that again.
No,
What
I
did
like
just
that.
say?
Well, I'm
Shit.
afraid it's gonna cost you a little extra though.
Well, I might be coming into some money pretty soon, so I'm willing to part with a little bit of it up front to, commemorate the situation.
Normally I'd say for both of us together, that's gonna be 10 gold. But you're also gonna have to clear it with Rose. She looks like she might be busy up there.
Oh, no, I don't doubt that, but I think we might be able to offer her a little bit better of a incentivization rather than that fellow up there. So, let's go ahead and roll the dice, if you will.
All right, are you willing to pay 10 gold?
Let's find out how much gold I've got left. Yep.
Okay, so all you got to do now is roll convince, I guess, or something similar.
I'll roll convince. I've got to convince at a 6. Now, this is convince on Wild Rose, right? Do I have to convince them both?
No, I'd say Ruby's just the money's good enough. You'll have to convince Rose.
Ruby style. All right, so I've got a 60 in convince. Fucking Christ, I rolled a 92. Dang. I really wanted to make that happen for Tanner.
So Rose just kind of looks at you like, hey, this isn't cool. I'm talking to another customer. You can't just like come up to me and try and steal me from this guy. That's not okay. And like, as much as you like her and she seems to like you, she is that is her profession, and you get the sense that maybe she doesn't like you as much as you thought.
My acrobatics roll is going to fail even more than it normally does tonight.
So Ruby comes up to you and she's like, I'm sorry, honey, but I tell you what, for 10 gold, I can give you a special treatment.
Accepted.
Cow!